Sometimes a piece of equipment has a story to tell. We think we've got it figured out just by looking at it, but, well, beneath the surface, there's always a secret. Today, we're taking a look at a golf club that, for all the world, looks like it's only for the pros, but it's hiding a completely different identity.
When you get right down to it, in the world of golf, you basically have two paths you can go down. You've got the clubs built for the absolute best players in the world, the ones that demand precision and yeah, they'll punish your mistakes. And then you have the clubs for, well, the rest of us, designed to be as forgiving as humanly possible. The choice seems pretty black and white.
And here it is. This is the Ping Anser forged iron. Just look at it. Everything about it, the clean lines, the compact shape, the classic design, it just screams expert. I mean, this is the kind of club you expect to see in a Tour Pro's bag, and it looks like it would be totally unforgiving for an average player.
But what if that first impression is just wrong? What if a club could have the look and the feel of a professional's tool, but the soul of something much friendlier, something way more forgiving? Now that's the mystery we're going to unpack today.
Okay, let's really get into this, because this is at the heart of a choice every single golfer has to make. It's this constant tug of war, between what feels amazing and what actually helps you out when your swing isn't perfect. So on one side, you have your better player irons. These are all about precision. They give you super detailed feedback on every shot, and they let you shape the ball's flight. Curve it left, curve it right. But on the other side, you've got game improvement irons. These are built with really just one goal in mind, to make your bad shots less bad. They're all about maximizing distance and forgiveness. And for decades, the thinking has been, you have to pick a side.
And this quote just nails it. Most of us, we hear the words better player irons and we immediately think, nope, not for me. It feels like this exclusive club, right? Well, here's the thing. The Ping Anser Forged has a few secrets up its sleeve that totally challenge that idea.
So let's put this club right under the microscope. What is it exactly that makes it look so much like a professional's tool when you first see it?
So this right here, this is the view a golfer gets right before they swing. And you notice right away how thin that top edge of the club is. That's what we call a thin top line. And see how the front edge of the face is almost directly in line with the shaft. That's called minimal offset. For a lot of golfers, this view is, well, it's intimidating. It looks like there is zero room for error.
So you add it all up, and these are the defining traits. A compact head, that minimal offset we just saw, the thin top line, and just this overall clean, timeless look. In the golf world, these visual cues are a universal signal that says, hey, you better be a really good player to handle this thing.
All right, let's get to the first secret of why this club is so appealing. It actually starts with the name, Anser Forged. That one word, forged, is our first clue that there's something really special going on with how this club feels when it hits the ball.
Now, this isn't just some marketing buzzword. Grain flow forging is a really intensive process. See, with a normal cast club, they just pour molten metal into a mold. But with forging, they take a solid piece of steel and shape it under immense pressure. This actually aligns the grain structure inside the metal, and that's what creates that genuinely softer, more solid, and incredibly consistent feel when you strike the ball.
And all that technical stuff, it translates directly into an experience. The result is this soft, yet solid sensation. Honestly, this is the feeling that golfers chase. It's not just about where the ball ends up. It's about that pure, satisfying feedback that just tells your hands, yep, you nailed that one. That's what forging gives you.
So, a fantastic feel is great for your perfect shots, but let's be real, right? Not every shot is perfect. And this is where the Ping Anser Forged reveals its biggest secret. This is the plot twist. This is the question that separates the pros from the rest of us. What happens when you miss the sweet spot, even just by a little bit? With most pro-style clubs, the answer is usually nothing good. But with this club, the story is different. And here's our first real clue. If you look closely at the back of the club head, you can see it's not a solid chunk of steel like an old-school blade. There's this small cavity, a subtle little indentation. Now, that isn't just for looks. It's a very deliberate design choice that lets the engineers move weight around. And here's how they do it. First, they put a really heavy tungsten weight way out in the toe of the club. What that does is it stops the club head from twisting open on shots you hit a little off-center. And second, that small cavity allows for what we call perimeter weighting, pushing mass to the edges of the club. This helps the ball fly almost as far on slight mishits as it does on perfect strikes. It's like a hidden safety net.
So this is the crucial point. When you combine that incredible forged feel with this secret layer of forgiveness, who is this club actually for? Who is the ideal person to be playing these irons?
Let's break it down. Look, if you're a player who really prioritizes that amazing feel, if you have a reasonably consistent swing, and you just love that classic, timeless look, this club could be a perfect match. But if you're someone who needs a ton of help on major mishits, or if you really struggle just to find the center of the club face, you'd probably be better off with a true game improvement model.
And here is the number that just shatters the whole myth. The ideal swing speed for this club is in the 70 to 85 mile per hour range with a 7-iron. That is smack dab in the middle of average amateur player territory, not a tour professional. You absolutely do not need lightning speed to make these clubs work for you.
So what's the final verdict? It's simple, really. The Ping Anser Forged looks like a demanding expert-level iron, but in reality, it's a beautifully crafted feel club that has a secret built-in safety net. It really does offer the best of both worlds for a huge number of golfers who probably thought this kind of club was never an option for them.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, this was about a golf club, but you can see this principle everywhere. What other products out there, whether it's in technology or cooking or cars, have that pro-level reputation, but are secretly designed to be surprisingly accessible for everyone else? It's definitely something to think about.